So along with the recognition of cosmic influences and connecting plant and animals and the whole sort of cycle of life and the sort of light and the earth, Rudolf Steiner developed, along with these farmers, the biodynamic preparations, whereby the horns of the cow, which are very important, they pick up the cosmic forces and they're connected all the way through the animal from sort of nose to tail, just like we are connected. And the rumen is a very important biological system in its own right, full of microorganisms that the soil needs and the plant roots then utilise to build soil carbon and to feed themselves and then to feed the cattle and the whole cycle. So there is the horn manure is collected from the cattle, ideally from pregnant animals and older cows, and we put the manure into the cow horns and we bury it in the soil, in the earth, in a pit over the winter, where it sits and matures, and we take it out in the spring and then we stir it for an hour in the barrel, and then we put it on our compost rows. So every time we make our compost rows, we add the horn manure to the compost rows. We also add the flour and the bark preparations, which is the flowers are valerian, again a herb that's known for its good herbal calming properties. Dandelion, a very deep rooting plant. Nettles, chamomile, oak bark and yarrow. That should be six preparations that are all made in some way connecting it back to animals or back to the earth, so that you're picking up as many different influences as you can, and it can sound a bit wacky, and maybe it is, or maybe it's just a science we haven't yet discovered. It works, and that's all that really matters, for sure. So the horn manure is the biodynamic preparation 500. They're all given a number. And then 501 is horn silica. The silica is literally ground up silica rock into powder. You mix up and put into the horn and bury it, but that you do in the spring. So it spends the summer in the earth and picks up all the summer cosmic influences. And you take it out, again mix it in the barrel for an hour, same with the other preparations, and spray it onto the plants in the summer as a leaf and a growth enhancer. And yeah, I mean, again, silica, it's recognised as a very essential trace element, and I think it's actually a trace element that's becoming more and more recognised. And you can think it's a bit of an odd thing to do, but it works for sure. So we spray this in the summer, and the horn manure we put in the compost that goes on the ground in the autumn and at the closing down of the year. So you have your sort of light and your growth enhancing preparation of the silica 501, and you have your horn manure, which is your sort of earth and closing down preparation. of 500. And then all the other flower preparations that we put into the compost heap as well when we make the compost. So the land, whenever we apply the compost to the land, we're applying the preparations to the land as well. And given that we're starting to recognise the huge symbiotic relationship that the whole plant world has with itself and has with our animals, I sometimes feel as long as you're adding biodiversity, you're somewhere along the track. So as much as anything, rather than following a set of rules and regulations, what you do need to be doing is listening to what your plants and your animals are telling you.